from Clinton, Iowa, on Spreaker. This is GJR Broadcasting, GJRB. Now, GJRB presents the Gary Russen program, the original news talk program. Call Gary J. Russen right now on the Skype line at gary.russen, or contact him on the GJRB chat room by clicking the balloon icon on the GJRB Spreaker widget on the Spreaker public site and on Twitter. Now, the Gary Russen program. Yeah, I'm back. Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. As we fixed maybe this issue, as we've been staying on the air a little bit more steadier over the last segment. Of course, we did seem like we went down the last bit because somehow the other mixer gave me extra time, but I don't trust that anymore. It was one time I broadcast that length of time, and that's not my account's length. And I wonder if I just got knocked off the air, and I don't trust it, so I kind of flipped over parts. So I am back in the part 3 there you'll see on your screen. But this could be the final part. It just depends now if I get any bites, so to speak, as I fish for listeners on this program. So we're back on. Do you have a gun? I'm going to ask that question. Do you have a gun, or do you plan on getting one? And do you stand behind the freedom to bear arms? Are you one of those leftists who think that, well, gun control, yeah, that's going to solve the problem? Your answers are welcome here on the chat room on GJRB Online. I'm on the web-based mixer right now, and web-based console, and that little balloon on the far bottom right screen. If it gives me a red 1, 2, or 3, I'll know there's somebody on here. So I'm hoping maybe we get some responses. I already posted live on Facebook the last half hour. Let's see if there's anybody out there listening right now. I'd love to hear from you. Got all kinds of stuff. I'm in the Twitter as well. I can pop into that. I got Google Plus. And I'm going to see if I'm getting anything on my Spreaker public site. So far, I've been on the air for 2 minutes, and there is no responses anywhere in the last few parts. And part of it, I think, is because of the internet dropping, but I think it's also because I don't always get the listeners I'd love to have for this program. So every once in a while I post things like that just to see if I can grab some attention, especially if Rachel Ozzie Jarvis is on here and stuff, but I don't see her on. Mike Myers, not a lot of them are. The only one I see is my niece on there. That's about all that's on today. So anyway, if you want to be part of the show, we haven't done a shout out in a long time. We should do one. But nobody to shout, oh, yeah, it's filled up now. It wasn't before, but we got some people on. Danny Tormina, Sherry Seaman, my Father, I almost call him Father Guido Sarducci. Father Guillermo, a good friend of mine from Blackhawk, Destiny Davis, Senator DJ Schreiber, Janet Leach, Bob Smith. Hello, all you. Stephen Mucha is not on, though. Brian Harrison, my wife. Bob Smith is on. But we want to welcome you all. Welcome back to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. And do a chance to maybe talk at you a little bit. And at the same time, pick news stories that we might find. So I'm going to go back to my Facebook page and kind of scroll and see if we come some more stories. Let's see. Tom Shalul is on the air right now on Fox News Radio. He's a former CIA operative, and he asked a spy for his take on the pound sign fusion GPS pound sign dossier, pound sign Russia, pound sign Hillary Clinton. And I already give you my take on Ouija boards. They're evil. Do not mess with those things. You don't know who you're calling on that. It's just inviting demons. We'll talk about that later in a few minutes. But right now, there's a story that broke in the news, and I almost forgot about it. And it falls under obits, but also the news. Roy Halladay. Did you hear about this? He has a plane crash. Roy Halladay. He passed away. He died. Fabulous guy. Great baseball player. Outstanding. He's played against the Cubs a couple of times. He plays for the Blue Jays. Then he was a Philly star. He passed away at the age of 40 following a tragic plane crash in Florida on Tuesday afternoon. According to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, Holladay's Icon A5 light sport aircraft crashed in the Gulf of Mexico at approximately noon Eastern. Halladay was an avid pilot who frequently talking about his love for flying and recently posted images of his videos of his aircraft on social media. The plane crashed at happened about 10 miles west of St. Petersburg, Florida, and it's in our family vacation area. Halladay lived nearby Clearwater. He was survived by his wife Brandy and his 2 sons. Pasco Sheriff's Office confirmed that Halladay, is it Halladay? Yeah, I think it's Halladay, was a lone passenger on the aircraft with no Mayday call was received from prior to the accident. The investigation now is underway to determine what caused that crash. Roy Halladay. I think it's Halladay because it would be Holiday. I think it would be Holiday. Ray Halladay. That's a shame, folks. Great ball player. He's played against the Cubs a couple of times. I think he was playing for Toronto. He won 2 Cy Young Awards and threw no-hitter postseason. Great ball player. That's a shame. And not far from where our family vacations in Tampa. His plane went down. And they don't know what happened at this point. So they're doing an investigation as to what caused his plane to go down. What a shame. Oh boy. All right, let's go down the ways a little bit. I like to look at some of the old radio studios. They have pictures of them. I have this site where it's called Old Radio Broadcaster Society of North America, and they post interesting pictures. I'm looking at one here of an RCA equipment, old radio console. This goes back to the 40s and 50s. As radio took off, stations were getting package deals for anything from transmitters to studio gear. And I'm looking at a picture of one. RCA, BTA, I don't know, they come out, but look at that. The big honking turntables, I mean, they were huge. And back then, commercials used to be on records. Could you imagine being on the air in a radio station and your commercial is on a record? And have to control that? Yeah, I can't imagine, but it's so easy now. Here at GJRB, I mean, all my commercials are MP3s. All my promos are MP3s. They're not on record. I've only seen a record presser once, and it was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Let's see. I'm going to go down a page. Let's see here. I want to remind you that you are listening to the Gary Russen program. We went off the air again. We went down again. I was talking about Roy Halladay, his plane went down. He's a former Blue Jays player. And then I started talking about an old radio studio I was looking at. I'm on Facebook right now, looking and scrolling through Facebook. Man, I wanted to see. Oh, yeah. Peter Marshall, iconic game show host. And always liked it. Peter Marshall. And is that one of the birthdays today? I hadn't checked the celeb birthdays. I did not check the celeb birthdays. I should do that real quick. I'm going to go to my celeb birthday page here. I'm going to go to Google for a minute. Let me see if I go there. Celebrity birthdays. Celeb birthdays. For today, November 8th, 2017. Let's see what we got here in celeb birthdays. Let's see. We have might as well do that while I'm at it, right? I'll pull up the happy birthday theme. Okay, and I wish these celebs happy birthday. Let's do it. Because, hey, this is a freestyle show, and I can do it wherever I want, huh? Yeah. I would usually be doing news and comment, but I decided to kind of pick and choose my stories, because this is GJRB's original news talk program, the Gary Russen program. And I just pick stories as I go along on the scroll through social media. 45, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. I want to go to that. That would be under H, wouldn't it? Yeah, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to do this. And let's see what we wish happy birthday to. Daniel Middleton's 26. Let's see. I'm going to find out if Peter Marshall's on here. A lot of big stars. I know. Some people I don't heard of on this thing. Some of them I do. And I'm going through the pages and I haven't found anything so far regarding that. So I must be kind of doing Peter Marshall recognition, but I don't see his name up here as a birthday. That's why I thought I'd better check it. But he is 91. Peter Marshall is right now a DJ on Music of Your Life, which is a fabulous music network, which I play on my other signal. Music of Your Life is absolutely fabulous. They play the standards, the great ones, the great music, and he's on there 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, and noon to 2 Eastern. So that would be 9 a.m. in the Pacific. If you listen to Peter Marshall, if you have if you don't have a Music of Your Life affiliate in your market, just listen to it online. They're great. I love Music of Your Life. Let's see. I cannot find any. There's a lot of people on here though. Too many to mention. A lot of young ones. Some of these are artists that I don't know specifically, but I'd love to get my name on here. Would be cool, wouldn't it? These people I don't know, so I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. I thought for sure there's a birthday that I could recognize, but I don't know those stars. And when I'm going to go to another part where they kind of give me general stars' birthdays, because I don't like that source. I don't like it. For some reason, I just don't. So I'm kind of trying to look for another source for birthdays, celeb birthdays. I want to look for another source. I don't like that one for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I just don't like it. Let's see. I'm going to click kick out of that. I'll go down here and see. Maybe I can find some more stories. I'm on Twitter again, by the way. So if you want to get in on that, I'm looking for the... Now, all you do is look for the radio emblem, the antique radio, the old cathedral type radio, and you'll see GJRB Online next to it. That's us. As a matter of fact, Guy, who's his name? Where is that? Guy Shea? Guy Shea? What is this on? Oh, this is back in 2013. Anybody really? You know, I used to always say, you know, like that, the end, what was that show? Oh yeah, War of the Worlds. I just ran it. There we go. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody? I should try to get a clip out of that. So every once in a while, when I get a listener, I just play it. I think that's a good idea. I might try that. Anyway, you got the Gary Russen program on GGRB Online. We have, at total, right now, 16 minutes into the show. We have 28 minutes and 49 seconds left in this segment. So we're just going to keep on going till we get listeners. This might be my last part, and might not be. I'm thinking about maybe one more closing segment. While I'm sitting here, I thought we'd just talk about some of our programming coming up. I was mentioning earlier that the Gary Russen program, I'm going to be doing more of these shows spontaneously. Never know when they're going to be on. Okay, never know. Okay? GGRB Online is going to go through various programming. I'm just going to post online before. I'm going to try something. I noticed that one of my followers, Rachel Ozzie Jarvis, does this, and I know that it seems to work for her. She will post that she's going to be on the air before she goes on. She'll say she's on live. And I just did that about an hour ago, I think. For about maybe a half hour, 45 minutes ago, I did this. And I would think that maybe perhaps I would see if I could do that too, and it would happen. Hang on a second. Okay. Post that I'm going to be on the air and maybe get some responses. Well, I've been offered, this has been the half hour mark, and I'm not getting the listeners that I want. Where are they? Where is everybody? Right? I'm not getting it, and this is why if I get a closed show, like I usually do when I do a tight show with news, and I still invite callers, but I still take frequent promo breaks, and I usually have my automation rolling. And if I were to get calls in action on a show like that even, I would disable the auto, and I would keep going like I am today. But like I said before, I had internet issues at the beginning of the show, and as a result, got knocked off the air quite a dozen times, and decided to just forfeit the auto locally and go on the air completely and just talk and just do a straight show, just fun, just freeform, just fly off the seat of my pants kind of thing. And so far it seems to be working, but I am not getting any responses. And I look on my Spreaker public site at this hour, and there's nobody there. So I'm just going to figure maybe someone will listen later. And every once in a while I will take a break and maybe play music or get some promos done and then come back. And if I don't get any responses, and within about 25 minutes and 30 seconds, this would be it. I just changed the name of this to Final Part and end it right here and just repost it. I don't know. I don't know. I might. Let's see. This will end in 25 minutes. So I'm thinking it's going to be close to 5 o'clock when we get done, when that's our off time. that's the time we go off the air. And with that in mind, I'm going to call this the final part. Just conclude this program if I don't get any responses at this time. I got about a half hour left, little over. I'm just going to see what we got. But anyway, 91, Peter Marshall's 91, still going strong. He's on Music of Your Life, but he was the former host of the Hollywood Squares. One of the best part of the Marshall of that show, Paul Lynde, when he was in the center square, because he always had a remark for everything. And I think that I used to always look forward to that. He'd come up with some kind of bit. All right, we're going to go down a ways here and see what else we can find. Now, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. 2 p.m. Eastern Time on this day in 1965, Days of Our Lives premiered on NBC, up against Password on CBS and The Nurses on ABC. Almost 19,000 days have passed. They did 19,000 shows. 19,000 episodes of this daytime soap opera. It's been 18,993 days since it debuted. Over 19,000 episodes. Wow. That daytime drama has outlasted the soap operas that are still on the air. Some are still on the air, but look how many have gone off. And that show still goes on. It has outlasted I don't know how many. It's just amazing. It really is. Let's go down the page here a little bit. Clyde Lewis, about Charlie Sheen, raped 13-year-old Corey Haim on a movie set. And it says, according to a former actor, and he has been suspected for a long time. Very tragic. I think that's why I don't like him either. I just don't care for this guy. Charlie Sheen. Man. Let's see. I'm going to go further down the page here. When I talked about the transgender candidate. Everybody think of that. Oh no, that's disgusting. Here's an interesting story. This comes out of NBC Chicago. A woman accused of cooking a roommate's ferret in an oven. What the heck? What gets into these people? I just don't. Why do people do sick stuff like that? Oh man. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see what other interesting stories are going on. Here's a sports page story. The Cubs could trade Hayward. The Cubs are talking about trading Jason Hayward. We acquired him from St. Louis, and now they want to trade him off. This is why the Cubs lose, folks. They get rid of good players like this guy. I mean, come on now. Why are they going to trade Hayward? They're going to trade him to San Francisco. There goes another good hitter. That's ridiculous. I don't know why we trade. Why we trade good hitters? Now, I mean, this is why we lost out in the World Series this year. Because if you think about it, we traded another good hitter again. And this is why the Cubs blew it this year, because we traded all our good hitters. Look at all the ones, and then here we go, the pitchers. I think it was the pitching and the hitting that really hurt us this year. I mean, seriously. I never in my whole life have seen a ball team walk so many guys. I mean, there's just, why? What's the purpose of walking every single guy that comes up the plate? What's the purpose of it? I mean, yeah, okay, you're going to get maybe lucky to get one double play. But you walk these guys instead of striking them out so that you can get up to bat and hit one. This is what I'm saying. They're not playing. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think they play baseball correctly. Sometimes, compared to other teams I've seen. Let's try and go down the page here. We're on Twitter again, so I'm going to kind of refresh that page and go to the beginning, to the top, and I'm going to see here if I can find something here. Following on Twitter. Like I said before, if you want to leave me a message on Twitter, all you do is just go in there and find the GJRB old time radio icon, the classic radio. That'll take you to the GJRB Spreaker public site, or you can listen right here on right on Twitter. When you click it, it will open up the widget, and you can listen right there and make your comments as well on Twitter. Okay, 8 predictions for the future in 2017. Okay, I'm going to look at that one, but no. Let's see. Okay. Okay, not any responses to that. Once again, if you are listening to this as a podcast right now, if you're just listening to the recording, I had a question. What would you do? Would you rather keep daylight savings time, or would you rather drop it? Keep daylight savings time or drop it. Your opinions are welcome here. Gary Russen program on GJRB online on Spreaker across America. I'm going to take a breather and be right back.
Great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA, listen, and enjoy.
Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russen, and this Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see way out there. Every third Friday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB.
The Christmas lights are on, and the music is playing for another bright holiday of programming. Join GJRB again this year for the best in holiday internet entertainment. From all-time Christmas favorites to classic radio programs from the golden days of radio, GJRB will keep you entertained with the best of the holidays. More American Christmas jukebox shows, the annual running of Campbell's Playhouse with Orson Welles and the radio version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, starring Lionel Barrymore as Scrooge, along with Christmas episodes of your favorite classic radio shows. Then, New Year's brings you another Gary Russen year-end review show, remembering the best of the Gary Russen program in 2017. I'll be bringing you the best clips of GRP from January to December. Bright Holiday starts November 25th at 12 o'clock noon Central with American Christmas Jukebox on GJRB.
TJRB Online. Still the What's Happening sound. In a relentless pursuit to play strange bumper music just to get your attention. This is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. I hope you're enjoying the program and just kind of winding down this kind of oddball show today because of the strange the internet issues and I don't know, other things that are just kind of messing me up here today. All right, well, just kind of going through the pages and seeing if there's other people on here. I am going to be winding up a guest for my next show just to make it interesting because this solo stuff has got to go. I'm not getting anywhere with it. I'm just going to see what I can do. I've done it. Let's see. What do we have here? Huckabee Sanders. Sarah Huckabee Sanders rips disgusting question by April Ryan. Okay, this ought to be good. You know, they pick on this woman too, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders is a incredible woman. She really. Let's listen to this.
Second question, last question. Compromise, the issue of compromise. What is the definition of compromise as it relates to slavery?
Let's listen to
and
this
Civil War?
mess.
Look, I'm not going to get in and relitigate the Civil War. Like I told you yesterday, I think I've addressed the concerns that a lot of people had and the questions that you had, and I'm not going to relitigate history here.
When you left, so and I'm going to ask the question again. And
why don't you ask it in the way that you're apparently accusing me of being?
I'm not accusing. I'm asking the question, Sarah. Seriously, the question is: does this administration believe? Does this president believe slavery was wrong? And before you answer, Mary Frances Berry, a historian, said, in 1860, there was a compromise. The compromise was to have southern states keep slavery, but the Confederacy fired on Fort Sumter that caused the Civil War. And because of the Civil War, what happened? The North won.
I think it is disgusting and absurd to suggest that anyone inside of this building would support slavery.
Yeah. Here you go. The mainstream media again, pushing their propaganda on us all with this bull about slavery. Yes, slavery is wrong, folks. We know that. President Donald Trump has a goal of determining him ultimately to impeach. They want to impeach this man, okay? Again, it's no surprise, you know? They're accusing the White House of supporting slavery. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders and the White House press secretary asked about this from a reporter during a press briefing. And, real stupid, you know. The liberals have to, they're just this is the left-wing crybabies here, folks. They're receiving questions from reporters, a daily press briefing, a CNN reporter. Again, there you go. That figures. Left-wing nut, pushing leftist claims of senseless accusations of the president and his advisors. Why slavery is wrong. Again, this is what I've said before. This is just the same stuff over and over again with these people. Same stuff. Yes, slavery is wrong, but prove that Trump is sticking up for slavery. Prove it, because you have no proof. the audio track of a video I just played for you, showing this. I'm not going, and there's a quote here. I don't know who it's from. I'm looking in the article here. I don't see the quote. I'm sure it is from Sarah Huckabee Sanders or one of the. Let's see. There's a quote here. Yeah, this is what we just played. What's the point of this? Why did this reporter even stand up? I mean, that's stupid. What was the point of that? That was ridiculous. There wasn't even no need to stand up and even say anything, other than the fact that it would call your attention to yourself. Oh, man. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. These people are just a bunch of idiot crybabies. Honest to goodness. Get over it. It's been, well, hey, that's right. It's been a year. It's been a year, I guess, since Trump had been elected. And wasn't it today that all the liberals are supposed to scream at the sky? Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Today, I bet you they're going to scream at the sky. Wah! All the little babies are going to go out and cry at the sky today. Because their candidate didn't win. Crooked Hillary. Yeah, that's a shame. What a pity. Hillary is a member of it. She's a gangster. So is President Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama. They're all gangsters, okay? They're criminals. She is responsible for the deaths in Benghazi. She sent government secrets in emails. And again, why do these people want crooked president? Crooked Hillary? I'll tell you why. Because then they get all kinds of nice little gifts. Yeah. See, the liberals want crooked Hillary as president of the United States. How about that? Crooked Hillary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want crooked Hillary. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't. Let's go down the page a little bit and see what else is new. Let's see. This is interesting. I might put this on for radio, television, and movie classics. This is interesting. I didn't know this is how he died. Joe Flynn, who used to be on McHale's Navy, he died. He made his watery end. He died in 1974. He died in 74. And, let's see if there's a thing on this article. He died in 1974. Joe Flynn. He played Captain Binghamton. Funny show. I love McHale's Navy. It's hilarious. It's a trip. Yeah, I watched that. Joe Flynn. He was originally from Youngstown, Ohio, which is not far from my old home, Pennsylvania, back in Ambridge, back in the Pittsburgh area. He was not far from my home city of in western Pennsylvania. Youngstown is a day's drive. We used to go to Youngstown on Sundays. Wow, he's from Youngstown? Anyway, he did voiceover work for the Rescuers in 1977. He was only 49 when he died. He drowned. He had a heart attack, and he drowned. It's the cause of death. He had a heart attack, and he drowned. He died on this date, apparently, in 1970. I think I remember this. 1974. He died on this date, I guess, in 1974. Star of McHale's Navy. I have to remember to put that aside for a bio. I might do something on him later on. Speaking of which, I want to talk about that before I go off today. Gary J's Radio, Television, and Movie Classics is coming up on November 17th here on GJRB. And I got a great show lined up here. I got some trivia out the yin-yang. I'll be answering the mystery trivia questions, and I'm going to be doing primetime retro, primetime TV. We're going to go back to, I was going to do 1959, but I moved it up about 20-some years. 1959, I'm going to move it over to, actually not even 20 years, more like maybe 15, almost 15 years. I'm going to go to I'm going to take a look, 1972. We're going to do 1972, the fall of 1972, and I think it's going to be a Tuesday night. Good show. You don't want to tune in. Also going to do a profile of, I'm going to be doing, in the Kids Corner, we're going to do the Saturday morning cartoon lineup from 1969. Saturday morning cartoon lineup from 1969. And I'm going to do some, like I said, I'll be answering some of those mystery trivia questions. And we're going to do that all on the Gary J's Radio, Television, and Movie Classics. I'm going to be doing more Americana, which was and is no more. I like doing those. And I got some more stuff on there. I have some really good ones this time. I found a few other ones like cat guns. But it's not it's not those generic caps that you have for the cap guns now. They don't even make them, I don't think. But back in the day, when we were kids, we had toy guns, and no one ever bothered us. There's something. I had them. I don't know you had, but I had a bunch of them. I had tons of those. I had like 2 or 3. I think I had a couple. I had a couple cap guns, and we used to do cowboys and Indians in the backyard. That was a fun days, man. And I think the liberals just took the fun away from everybody with their whiny crybaby sniveling, communist, taking our guns away from us. And you wonder why I want Senator McCarthy back. Really, I mean, there's a man who laid it down the line. Have you or ever been a member of the Communist Party or associated with it? You should be asking that question again. I know to ask it too. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I'd be asking those questions. Because there's your commies right there. Yeah. How about that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got the Gary Russen program. We're wrapping things up here. We're going to kind of closing down on this last segment. But I'm going to, it's like 10 minutes to 5. And I was thinking of maybe doing one more segment. It's getting down to 1 minute. So I might just do one more segment just to close out here. I might not do it. Well, yeah. I think I could do it. Because, quite frankly, locally here in our 9-foot inn, I already had the Fox report. So I'm thinking about staying on until after 5. Seriously, I'm thinking about doing that. I stay on only because we got knocked off of half a dozen times today. So I'm thinking about just staying on one more time. So I'm going to do a final part. We're going to stay on until about 5:20, about maybe 5:20. We'll stay on until 5:20. Okay, 5:20 because of the fact that I got screwed over about maybe 20 minutes when we were off the air. How long were we off the air? I don't remember exactly. Was it 20 minutes? I can't remember. I think I was off the air something like 20 minutes, but I don't remember. Maybe 15. I know it was off the air for quite some time because I got cut off around close to 3 o'clock. It was like 10 after, close to about quarter after when I came back on. So I'd say about 20 minutes. So I'm going to stay on longer here. Okay, I'm going to stay on longer, and we're going to wrap up the Gary Russen program. How's that sound? We're going to do we're going to stay on the air until 20 minutes after 5, around there, okay? 20 minutes after 5. We're going to stay on a little longer, about 20 minutes after 5, and I'll give you our program schedule. I'll give you enough time to do our program schedule and stuff, so I'm going to do that right now.